See, I don't want to rip off the movie we just watched.
See
You
that
know,
you're always limiting us to not ripping off the exact movie that we just said. But what if we came up with something better? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to Architects of Lore, the one and only weekly podcast where two excited cousins sit around discuss the age-old art of storytelling. And at the end, we're going to come up with something of our own. But I'm your host, aka Z-Town TV. That's my co-host slash co-cousin, Devin, aka Devo City. Devin, I don't give a shit how you're doing tonight because we're getting into golf talk with Architects of Lore. We're jumping right in, folks. Because guess what? I've hit the simulator twice. I play it outside. Devin over here has got a story to trump him. Oh, Devin, why don't you go ahead and share it with the audience? What you called me up right before the show to tell me.
yes, Zach. So, as we know, I've been practicing for the Popeye Maverick guest
Of course.
coming in July,
Yep.
and I've been hitting the range. I've been hitting the par three. So, yesterday I hit the range, hit the par three. I was 9 over. Not great. Not a great day. Today, hit the range, hit the par three. I was 1 over, baby. Oh my God. And I was an inch away from par. That's right. I only had two bogeys, one birdie, and then the last putt, which would have been saving par. I was an inch away on the birdie putt. So I ended with par, 1 over.
Wait, two
But
bogeys, one birdie. And then you
yeah.
bogeyed the last hole. So that's three bogeys,
No, no,
one
no. I
birdie. So it's
birdied the last hole.
you
If I hit
parred
the
the
or
last
I
hole.
parred the last hole. If I hit the
Okay.
birdie, I would have parred the
Inch away from birdie in the last hole. You said
yeah.
inch away from parring. Yeah.
Par the whole course, par 27,
I got you.
full
Okay.
full score par. You know, I was hitting lights out. I hit 7 out of 9 greens. I was making some nice long putts. Like my birdie putt must have been 10 foot plus. It was on point.
So
You know,
what would you say the difference between yesterday and today was that really got you dialed in? Because I've seen Devin, we've talked, and there's been wild swings in your golf game.
that's
Like
not wrong.
a week and a half ago, I think you were like 13, 14 over on this exact same par three course. Now you're only 1 over? What happened, Devin? What happened
I'm
in between?
dialed in. Dialed in. I've been playing with Scott. He's a good teacher. He's like
Shout out
shift that
Scott,
weight.
definitely an Architects of the Lord listener. I know you're
I'm just
listening right
hitting them
now.
straight. And the club selection has been perfect. Perfect. And I don't let other people's selections get to me. People are doing 9 on this one hole. I'm like, 9 would be fine, but I'm going to go an 8 and I'm going to drop it right on. And I did.
Sawed off eight. Sawed up. You choke down a little bit. You take 5 yards off. So you know that you're
Don't tell me how to play my game. I'm the one who got +1 over here. You're not even over here.
You're right.
Speaking of which, when are you going to get to LA? Everyone is fleeing the New York area because of this dreadful winter you guys are having. So when are you flying your ass out here?
Probably late April,
Oh,
early
so
May,
right when winter ends.
right when winter ends. Yeah. So we'll see. If I get a good deal on Travelocity, are they going to be a sponsor? Well, who knows? Maybe. That'd be pretty cool. Then I'll be out there relatively soon. But then I got to play with your clubs. And
Bring your clubs. It's $30.
Can't, like, I don't have a case. And I got
Someone in the
this.
family has a case you can borrow.
I just got this driver last year. I can't be.
I guarantee Uncle Peter has a hard case that you can borrow.
Yeah, but if I show up and then I use your clubs, that's a built-in excuse.
Oh, he's already building excuses.
You remember that. You gotta remember that. You gotta remember the built-in excuses.
That's what I'm hearing. But
yeah, and I'm saying it out loud, so you are hearing it because I said it.
pretty good golf day though. Beat all of my friends. Beat some of them by 10 strokes. Like
I thought it was 9. I thought it was 9.
It was 9. I did the math wrong. It was 9.
Okay.
He got 10 over, not 11 over. But his buddy got 9 over, so he did not tie with him.
Did you play with Scott, the good golfer who's been helping you?
No. But I think Scott's best on this course is a +1 too. So yeah, we're gonna have to get out there again.
All I'm hearing is one. I want to give you some props. Going from where you were to just shooting one over on any course, fantastic. You're putting in the work. You're grinding. Okay, you're at
Grinding.
the range. You're going to the par 3 course. I love it because those distances, that's where you score. 130 in. You can hit it on the green. You're most likely going to 2-putt. That's great. Now we got to get you to that distance.
I can
How
get
do we get you
there.
to that distance within 1 to 2 strokes, preferably, so that you
I
can
don't know, Zach. Why don't you come out here and
nice.
show me how to hit the long ball? Oh, yeah. You're full of excuses.
You want to see how to hit the long ball?
You know what the
I'll show
best
you.
part about living in a winter place for people who live in a winter place is their ability to complain about how cold and gray it is. You can take a vacation, but you can take a vacation.
I could, but then again, then where's the excuse? Where's the
Exactly.
excuse?
You love the excuse.
Gotta have the excuse. What you do here in upstate New York is that you try to get good enough so that the next year you're just operating at a baseline that's better than the year before. Like last year, first time out, I probably shot 20, 22 over. This year, I went out, I played 18 on Saturday. The course is not in any shape to be played because no one is there. We walked.
It's almost disrespectful that you played on.
It's not. There's other people there. It's fine. There's no pins. The holes are the last place they were cut. They're filled with mud or water, whatever. And I only shot like 12 over. That's a good baseline. That's a good baseline. Okay. There we go. That's 10 strokes better than last year. Now, who knows what I'll shoot in April? Probably worse. Probably worse. Maybe not. Maybe I'll be better. We'll see.
We'll see.
I just sent you a text message. Are you going to look at it or what?
I thought we were recording a show. My apologies.
This is part of the show. You want to know how to hit the You want to know how to hit the long ball? You just go and watch that video. That's how you hit the long ball.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna see if I can attach this video to the podcast.
Okay. This is me at the simulator.
Are you in a strobe light? Why is this on? What is this?
Slow mo. It's slow mo.
You're going to. I can't now. I can definitely not put this on because
good. That's
this
fine.
will cause seizures for people to watch.
Won't cause any seizures.
Why did you record this slow mo?
You want to see how your swing is, Devin? Like I've already got 2 things to fix in my swing just by watching that video, and that's
I'm
still
45 seconds in, and you haven't even done your swung.
That's still 150 ball speed, 152 ball speed, and I got 2 things I already know that I got to fix. One is I got to come back and keep the club face aligned with the spine angle.
Yeah, you came in a little bit. I don't know.
2 is that I got to stop sooner. Stop sooner with my backswing because that's going to generate more torque.
You went too much. I cannot post this because it will make people violently ill.
Absolutely.
I asked you to record a video, and this is what you do.
I did.
This is why you're the social media assistant and not the social media manager.
What are you supposed to do, Devin? We're in a place that had lights on. We did fucking filmed in slow mo, and then it just flickers. That's not my fault. That's
why don't you not film in slow mo then?
Why would I film in regular speed? Because then you're not going to know how your golf swing is.
No one wants to watch someone else's golf swing in slow mo unless you're a tour pro.
Is this guy kidding? Is this guy?
Unless you're a tour pro.
Is this guy kidding? Are you supposed to get better if you don't see what you're doing?
That's for yourself. That's for yourself. For the content.
Now you've seen it.
Give us a full
now
swing.
You've seen it.
I wasn't impressed. I'm
sorry, Devin. You've been golfing almost
every
day. You've been golfing almost every day. I haven't seen one fucking video of you.
Work in silence. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Work in silence.
Know?
If you come to the Pop Fame member guest,
greatness.
This is what's gonna happen. You come to the Pop Fame member guest, and you're better than me. I'm gonna be furious.
What happens if I am better than you?
5 minutes. I will be furious, and then I'll rally, and I will just start putting large sums of money on us to win.
I was gonna say, what happens? Because I don't know if your ego can handle it.
Like I said, it'll take me 25 minutes to get over that you're better than me. That's it. And then the energy will come in, and I'll start playing better. Because we all know the Crossets. What do? They perform because of spite, not love, not appreciation, not words of affirmation. Spite. You say I can't do something, I'm coming at you.
Yeah. So Ryan's been talking all this garbage, right? That he went
Oh, that's
six
his fault.
over.
He just
He
doesn't
went
know.
6 over, and then the last time we played, he beat me, and it was like because I missed the first two holes. And to be nice, I just gave myself sixes on the first two holes, which I should have given myself fours in retrospect. But I I didn't do as well as he did, and that was his best game. And he's talking all this crap and blah blah blah. And I was like, I'm gonna beat you. He's like, you're not gonna beat me. And I'm like, now I'm gonna dominate you. I'm not only gonna beat you, I'm gonna beat Taylor, I'm gonna beat Josh, and I'm almost gonna par the fucking course because that's what I do. So that was probably the difference. Me and Scott get along so well.
Sure. Yeah. Scott's like, hey, great shot, Devin. Wrong.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be Pape member guest, and I'm gonna be
Yeah.
in your ear going, "You're fucking trash."
That's why I
You
think we
can't
might be a
hit
good
this
team.
you can't hit this great.
Because the two of us are just gonna fire each other up. And it's like they're just talking. They're just talking.
Shocking. Nothing you say on the golf course is personal, but I will needle the shit out of you. I thought you guys were cousins and your teammates. Yeah, he needs this. He's fucking garbage.
We're cousins, not friends. You know.
I don't even like this guy.
Oh, how's your week been though?
It's been good. Like I said, I got out to the simulator twice. Shot 3 over the first time, shot 6 over the second time. Second one was on a tighter course. You know, when I'm playing in a wide open course, you can
I was trying to move us from Golf Talk for the other listeners.
Never.
The people who don't want to just hear Golf Talk.
Nate,
and I'm like, how have you been? And you're like, hey, you remember when I just talked about the simulator like 10 minutes ago? Let's talk about that again.
What else are we supposed to talk about? Work's fine.
I don't know how your cat's doing.
Family's fine. Cats are alive and lovable. No one gives a shit. They want to know what's my ball speed off of my driver.
Have you seen any new movies?
Yeah, I watched the awful movie that's in the next section.
Okay. Disagree that it's awful, but okay. But
we both know it's awful.
I guess you don't have whimsy anymore. Have you lost your whimsy? I guess you'll have to tune in to find out if Zach's lost his whimsy. So you did nothing else. You've done nothing else.
I golfed 3 straight days. It was glorious.
Did you watch the Super Bowl?
No. I won some money off the Super Bowl, so that was chill.
Well, that's cool. I think every prop bet I made came in reverse of what I selected.
Over under Taylor Swift on the screen, 1 minute. You should have bet the under. It was
I don't know if that was on our list, but I mean, does the post game count, or is it just during?
Congratulations to our Kansas City listeners or Kansas City Chiefs fans.
No, we're good. We're good. We're coming for you next year. Best thing about today, right now, the Bills are undefeated right now. We're the top of the division. We're undefeated, and we're coming for that Lombardi Trophy. Season starts.
How are you gonna feel if the Chiefs beat the Bills again on the way to a 3-peat?
Not gonna happen. We're gonna take down that 3-peat.
Okay,
that's our mission. That's our mission.
You got to get Josh Allen some help. Maybe sign Saquon Barkley.
I'm sick of signing old people.
Saquon's not old. He's like 7 years younger than you.
Yeah, and I'm 48.
You are 48.
I'm just saying, Von Miller, I don't know. I don't know about that.
Von Miller was a bad signing. Saquon, great signing. You're going to win the Super Bowl if you sign Saquon.
I don't know. James Cook is doing fantastic. I think we just need another wide receiver.
Trash. He's trash compared to Saquon. Trash. That's like saying Elijah Mitchell's a good running back. We didn't need to get CMC.
Stephen A. Smith.
You got CMC.
I don't want a soundbite just for the sake of soundbite, okay? Back that up with some facts and some knowledge. Because who had a better season?
Saquon.
No.
Yeah, he did.
No,
by all statistics. Yes, he did.
No.
I played fantasy. No. Guess who you wanted on your team? Saquon or James Cook? You wanted Saquon.
This isn't fantasy. This is real football. Got him.
I'm sorry. James Cook had a better team. We had somebody named Tommy DeVito as our quarterback. And Tommy DeVito made it so that we couldn't get Caleb Williams, and we got to go with Daniel Jones again. So thank you, Tommy DeVito.
All right.
How you doing?
Oh my gosh, what's this? James Cook was number 4 for rushing yards. Oh wow, Saquon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Number 16. Wow. So
Oh,
on all
did
stats,
you
he
do
was
by
better.
game? Did you do by game?
So all
Did you
stats, he
do
was
by game?
better.
Did you
You
do by
said
game?
all
Did you do by game?
stats.
Did you do by game?
All stats
Did
includes
you do by game?
total rushing yards.
Okay.
Get
All
out
right.
of here.
All right.
Get out of here. You're going to sit here and tell me that I'm wrong?
There's only
Get out
one
of
team
here.
in New York, and that's the Giants. All right.
That is not the Giants. The Jersey Giants. Get them out of here.
Get the fuck out of here. But it's time to move on to everybody's second favorite part of the show. And that's the
movie
game. Movie game.
That's great for a shit.
Yeah, layer that in. Layer that in, Devin. Layer that in.
You cut out and then come back in.
Yeah, but you kept it in there, so it's fine. Last week's movie game question, of course, was two fallen angels attempting to re-enter heaven are pursued by a divine crew that includes two stoners and an SNL guy that just needs some gum, that soda can, and a paperclip to solve your intense problems. Devin, that answer, of course, was
Dogma Gruber.
That is correct. If you got that movie game question, congratulations. You're smarter than 85% of the people that listen to this show.
Dogma and MacGruber. And I don't know why he puts down the audience, but you're all great.
I don't put down the audience. I just like
you just said they were smarter than 85% of the people who listen
I
to
just
this
want
show.
them to I would just want the people who got it to feel special. Is that okay? Is that okay?
It's a pretty easy softball question.
Yeah, one was easy. Guess who did not vet this one? So if you get this one, congratulations, everybody. Because I thought that last one was too easy. Devin, are you ready for your movie game question this week?
Yeah.
The residents of an apartment complex are shocked to find a nymph from a bedtime story in their pool that is tormented by an evil that killed over 60 rabbits in an insane animated movie.
What? Insane animated movie killed 60 rabbits.
That question again was the residents of an apartment complex are shocked to find a nymph from a bedtime story in their pool that is tormented by an evil that killed over 60 rabbits in an insane animated movie.
Mermaid in Manhattan.
Neither of those were right.
Oh, man. I don't know on either of these. Can you give me the clue for the first one?
The first one? Yeah, it is an M. Night flop.
Okay.
It was made in 2006.
Yeah, I remember. I remember now. What was the name of that?
Think of this past horrible movie we just watched and a character in that movie.
Lady in the Water. Okay. Now, what's the clue for the 60 killed rabbits?
Based off a Richard Adams novel. Okay. It was made in 1978, and fun fact, I'm pretty sure you can watch this whole thing on YouTube.
Huh. Lady in the Water. Manator. I don't know. Give up.
Watership Down.
Okay.
Lady in the Watership Down.
All right.
All right. Devin's accepted defeat. You can see that he's seething right now because his reputation of the movie guy.
Dude, you rig these. This is bullshit. I don't believe that you pull these out, and I think that you have been rigging these so that you get easy answers and I get hard answers, because what I'm reading right now is bullshit. Let me read your movie question. Send me the other fucking cards, because I don't believe
you could have bought them. You could have.
I don't believe you. You never sent me the link. In this film noir, a scheming Iron Man buddies up with Doc Holliday to attend irate emotional therapy classes taught by the old school Joker. In this film noir, a scheming Iron Man buddies up with Doc Holliday to attend irate emotional therapy classes taught by the old school Joker.
The second one is anger management.
Okay.
Old school Joker, Jack Nicholson. No, Nicholas. Wait, which one's the golfer? I always get this wrong.
Jack Nicholson. Jack
Is the
Nicholson is
golfer.
golfer. Yeah.
Okay, all right. All right, so the second one's anger management. Scheming Iron Man. So Robert Downey Jr., what the fuck is he in that's scheming? And this is the one that you're going like, oh my God, this is so fucking easy. Fuck
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
You're playing it up now. I know you're playing it up.
Fuck you.
If you get the
'Cause
answer right, I know
fuck
you
off.
didn't, man. That you
Fuck off.
cheated.
No, this is hard. How did I cheat? Kiss, kiss, bang, anger management. Kiss, kiss, bang, banger management.
Yep. Correct.
I knew
Obviously,
it,
it's correct.
I knew it immediately.
Obviously, yeah.
I knew
obviously
it
it's correct.
immediately. All right, hold up. Oh, here we go.
Audience, if you think that Zach needs to send me the
Here's
game
the
card,
thing. Here we go.
yeah, I want you to open up a new one. What are you gonna do? You're gonna hide the bottom?
This side are ones we have not done. This
All right,
is
pick
the
one
ones
from
we
the
have
middle.
done.
Pick one from the middle and point it to me.
The one from the middle is the ones that we have done before.
Oh, do the ones that we haven't done.
Yeah, so this.
Okay,
just
pick
like
one
right-
and point it at me. Point at me. Okay, now I'm gonna tell you. Put it down. Put it down. No, you're the box. So I can tell you with your other hand where to cover the hints and everything. Keep going up. Keep going up. There you go. Okay. Put it around.
Well, just read it to me.
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse, said Hades, as he maliciously plotted to kill Zeus's buff serial hero prodigy.
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse, said Hades. So it's the Godfather. The Godfather Hercules.
All right.
Get fucked.
This doesn't prove anything.
How does it not prove anything? How does it not prove anything?
I don't know. Maybe you've read them all.
It's the heart of the cards, Devin. The heart of the cards. I don't really know what that means. I think it's like a Yu-Gi-Oh reference or something.
Let me go ahead and read the audience's movie game question of the week.
All right, audience. How are you? Thank you for listening. I'm sorry that one of us is very angry because his reputation took a hit. It happens. He shot a one over. He should be ecstatic today. Whatever. Here we go. It's just you and me now, audience. This is Zach. How you doing? Let me give you your movie game question of the week. Whoopi Goldberg shines as Celie, Celie, a woman who overcomes abuse and bigotry in the South to get medieval on some sexual deviance and enjoy a Royale with cheese. That again is Whoopi Goldberg shines as Celie, a woman who overcomes abuse and bigotry in the South to get medieval on some sexual deviance and enjoy a Royale with cheese. If you know the answer to that movie game question, put it below in the comments on this TikTok or send it into architectslore@gmail.com. There you have it, folks. But now we're going to get into the worst movie we have ever watched on this fucking show in Studying the Blueprints. I got a bone to pick with you.
First of all,
and this
have
might
you
be
lost
hold
your
on.
whimsy.
First of all, this has nothing to do with the movie. And you might have done this on purpose just to see if anybody paid attention, or I might not have been paying attention this whole time. You said Studying the Blueprint last week, and the title card said Blueprint singular. I am 60% sure that it has said blueprints, plural, for most of the other time. Because if you did that on purpose, that's a funny joke.
No, thank you. I don't know. You just have to watch the episode to find out. Check them out on YouTube.
I will say, as I was watching this past episode, That diminished my rage a little bit, so that the next movie that I punish you with will be less hurtful towards you.
Okay, hold on. Let's before you get in your tirade about how you lost your whimsy, let me explain to the audience who didn't see it. The Kid Who Would Be King,
Don't see
2019.
it. Don't see it.
Can I do my recap, please? Thank you.
Yeah.
So basically, this kid Alex, who is a uh now at a high school, is getting bullied, pulls a sword out of a stone, and it's just not any sword, it is Excalibur. So Merlin comes to help him because he's got to fight against Morgana, because Morgana was after the sword, and King Arthur put in a rock for one rightful person to pull it out and save Britain. So he teams up with his best buddy and then his two enemies who turn into allies. And with the help of Merlin, they take down Morgana. And all the kids in their school get knighted, and they have a kid army against a dragon-like beast. Pretty badass. A lot of lore, a lot of mystery or fantasy, fun retelling of King Arthur. 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. So
It does not have a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes.
yes, it does. Yes, it does.
The people who have put that in there are exclusively 6-year-olds.
No, it's the 90% on the tomato meter. The audience score is at 55%.
Okay.
So
okay. Right.
the critics loved it.
This is the only saving grace of this movie. This movie was not made for me. This movie was made for parents to show their small children that they need to be good people. I get it. That's it.
Or preteens.
I'm going to use the
teens.
Arthurian legend to make sure that my children respect me as their parent and honor me and tell the truth. That's the whole point of this fucking movie.
Chivalry. The importance of telling the truth. Yeah, chivalry. Having your friends' backs. Protecting the ones you love. It's the chivalric code. Did you hear Merlin? Come on, man. What do you hate against this movie? Honestly, take away the fact that this movie was not made for you. Take that away, because I'm sorry, Mr. 36-year-old white man.
Only working 4 hours a day, and the production schedule was terrible. All
not
the crew
every movie has to be made for you. The storyline gets right into the lore right away. You got Patrick Stewart doing a voice of Bomb. You got a little kid. He's a good enough actor. I don't like him. The fucking buddy, though, right off the bat, adorable. Love that guy immediately.
Annoying.
Then you got Merlin doing these cool things with the magic. That was cool. The turning into an owl. There was their own way of how to do magic. And if you watched it, it made sense. He was doing things with the trees. It was cool. Well, what's the difference of waving a piece of wood around than doing some hand motions that actually were trainable and teachable that the little kid also did? And it was pretty cool.
Was it teachable? Because right at the end, Patrick Stewart's like, bro, I was going to take that shit away. I gave it to you, and I was going to take it away, but now you can be trusted. So he just basically granted him power. He didn't do shit.
But he had to practice it anyways. But seriously, what is your problem with this movie? Let's hear it.
Characters had no depth. They were one-note characters because this movie was one note. And that's what it was made for. It was made to be one note. And
so why are you mad?
As a 36-year-old man, was forced to watch this by his cousin.
Oh, I'm sorry that you get to do a movie podcast. No one is chaining you to do this. This is something fun you get to do. You're welcome. You got to see this movie.
Very happy.
This was for your inner child.
I love to do the podcast, but sometimes the movies that we force ourselves to do, they're not.
Never a force, audience. Not for me, at least.
Okay, Beautiful Mind. Gods of Egypt.
I like Gods of Egypt.
No, you didn't.
That movie was dope.
No,
I got gold blood.
Okay. All right. The Seventh Seal? Yeah, you really loved that one, didn't you?
They did a lot with dark and light, and it shows how to story tell with different color palettes.
Okay. You didn't mention any of that on the podcast we did about it.
Yes, I did. I mentioned the use of darkness and light.
All right. Let's go.
This guy don't even listen to the pod.
Good points of this movie. Patrick Stewart.
I like the kid who played Merlin. I like the best friend.
The best friend was kind of annoying, but he was fine towards the end. I've always hated it though with these types of movies, and I know it's hard to do, where you have one training scene and then suddenly they're all fucking fantastic fighters.
Yeah, and
Like
then
the
when he was
end of
training the
it, that
entire
kid
school, he
is
was
in.
phoning it in during that training scene too. Did you see him? He's like
None of
upper
these children were
down.
killed. None of these children were impaled, decapitated, burned at all. None of them.
They were protected by a
You're in a
magical power.
tight corridor, and this army of undead flaming warriors
Mm-hmm.
are coming at 6 to 12-year-olds. None of the kids die.
So you prefer if there was child death in this movie?
I would have. Yes.
Jeez.
And every time
Jeez.
I was watching this movie, and all I could think about is like, man, that production schedule must have been fucked because these kids, they can't be on show for too long. Then they got to go back to their tutor. And then they got to get paid the whole day labor. Then they got to pay the tutor. You got to pay the
You're
guy.
not wrong.
The kid. Like, just shooting with children is impossible. No
You're
one
not
should do
wrong.
it.
You don't think it was fun? You don't think that they went on a quest and did the hero's journey and he thought they won, but then he realized he failed and then he had to fix that failure and at the end he sacrifices himself by jumping onto the dragon? I mean, no
Doesn't sacrifice
consequences.
himself. None at all. There was no
Yeah, he
sacrifice.
does. He jumps over and
Yeah,
he
but there's
stabs
no
the dragon.
sacrifice. He stabs her and she dies and he rolls off and he's fine. There's no sacrifice.
Again, do you want these kids to be hurt? This is a family
Yes!
movie.
Yes, I do.
It had all the hero's journey without the stakes of death.
Zero stakes.
Fun. It is a
Okay.
fun tale.
I will 100% say that I was pretty bored throughout this whole movie. And the whole time I understood it wasn't made for me. So I'm like, all right, this is probably fine. This is something that I, in theory would show my niece and nephew and be like, hey, when you're a little bit older, check this out. This is pretty cool. Fun movie for you. And also,
Story of King Arthur for you.
honor your parents and your mom and dad and your uncle, because your uncle's chill. He's a cool guy. And
Maybe not your dad, apparently. That was what a twist. Your dad
Yeah.
had a drinking problem, man. No one knows where he is. So
That's true. Yeah, like that just. And the one scene with the aunt is just like, yeah, your dad's fucked up, bro.
and it's like, how come
He's
you
probably
seem
dead.
like a normal person and you haven't reached out to your nephew? And you're like,
None at
oh,
all.
I haven't talked to you in 7 years because
Could have
my
been
brother was
in
an
his. He could
idiot.
have been in his life very easily.
Yeah.
But I gotta say it, the fucking cheesy scene where he comes back to his mom, he tells her nothing was her fault, and I was just like, come on, bro, come on. We could have had like a little bit of a fight here, and then you got to the resolution. That's just like, oh, I stabbed that lady and it didn't work because I didn't live by this code, so I gotta go forgive my mommy. Get fucked, man. Let's have a little bit more depth. Let's have a little bit more. You keep that anger in here, and then you let it out. And then you eventually come to a conclusion that you're wrong and that she was just protecting you. And it would have been fine.
Then you need some inner child work to reconnect with your whimsy because there's nothing really wrong with this movie.
There's a lot wrong with it.
No, there's not. The
Yeah,
fact
there
that they
is.
didn't show blood, the fact that
Death.
he wasn't gonna die, like the fact that the moral was telling the truth and honoring your parents and your friends and
I'm
sticking
just
up for
saying,
one
in
another.
Land Before Time, their parents get killed. Bambi, killed. Cartoons have death. They have stakes.
His dad wasn't around. I mean, I like how they reference. It's like Sam and Frodo. It's like Harry. It's like Luke
This
Skywalker.
is giving children an unrealistic expectation that they can just fuck off from their parents' house, travel 300 miles across the country to some island, and nothing bad will happen to them. It's putting bad ideas into kids' heads.
You don't
You
like the
stay at home
interpretation
with
of
your
Merlin,
parents.
who ages backwards, so that's why he's similar in age to
Actually,
the kids.
no, not one part. I'm playing this up a little bit, folks. Devin's going to cut this part out so I seem like irrational the whole time. It was hilarious where he goes like, oh, I need beaver blood, something else, like a beetle blood, beaver extract, and
Beaver
something
urine,
else or whatever.
beetle blood, and crushed up bones.
And then he was just like, yeah, I found it all in this fucking Popeye's chicken or whatever it was. It's like
Cluck or something like
this
that.
cherry thing. Because that's true. That wasn't made up. There's beaver urine extract in your vanilla milkshake. There is beetle blood in that red dye number 5. There is crushed up bone in that little grizzle that's around your fucking fried chicken. You're eating that and drinking that, folks. Welcome to America.
Well, this took place in England, but it was pretty cool how they explained Stonehenge, and it was teleportation, and you don't like any of the magic. You didn't like. I don't like how the sword didn't like uh wasn't like pristine and like sharp.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of like this dull tinted like chipped sword, and it's like Excalibur I feel like would have some magic on it where it's like once it rises out of the water it's like maybe it was like this, but when in the hand it just like in the rock it looks like all beat up, and then when he pulls it out and put it into the light
It's gleaming.
like
Yeah,
gleaming.
it's a magic sword. Actually, the one, what was that movie? Is the one with Charlie Hunnam where he's Arthur?
I think it's called King
by Guy
Arthur.
Ritchie. It might be Guy Ritchie. I liked that part of the effect where they say if you're holding Excalibur, you're kind of like have some powers because like you're faster, you're stronger. Like that would have been kind of cool for this, and that would have like explained a little bit why this 8-year-old kid can fight these huge fucking burning
Yeah, like the
skeletons.
sword embeds some power into him.
But they didn't go that route.
Basically fighting little skeletons though. The car scene, little car chase. Every action and adventure movie has a car chase. Like, come on. This had a car chase.
The next
This
one
had
that you're gonna watch is not gonna have a car chase.
no love story, so not bogged down by that.
A little bit.
It's a mother and son love.
Yeah. Love comes in different sizes. It's just not romantic love.
I thought there was gonna be some more backstory to the bullies of like, you know, that
that's
Lance
the point.
was
They're
also like
one note.
abandoned, and yeah. But listen, this is a children's movie, so it's easy for them to be one note. This is the bully. This is the they mention it every time. Like they each had a flaw. This one's meek. This one's selfish, and they all overcame those flaws.
You know what? You're selling me on it. This is a great movie. This is great. It's
not bad.
Sucks.
It's not as bad as you think.
It's below.
Where does it fall on the lore list? Shocking to see work has been done on this.
No, it hasn't. Don't fucking lie. One thing has happened though. So of course, obviously everybody knows the lore list. Number 1 at Paddington 2. Number 16, the other guys. I've already made a pre-decision. We've already put this on The Kid Who Would Be King at 49. Rocking at
Oh
the
my gosh.
Devin, why
wow.
You read the note?
I hear this note, and I am shocked that you have done so little amount of work, but also found time to add this to the end and then put in a note. This movie sucks.
Do you? Yeah, the movie sucks. So
all the people who made this movie, first of all, good job. You completed it. Thanks for doing that. You know, it takes a lot of hard work to make a movie, and I'm not gonna let Zach just disrespect you right here.
Something's got to be last, Devin.
Something does have to be last.
You're disrespecting the people who made Gods of Egypt.
You like Swiss Army Man better than this.
Would I watch Swiss Army Man again before I watch this movie? Yes.
Would you tell people about Swiss Army Man?
No. And I would tell.
But you said you would show this to your niece and nephew.
You got me there.
You're saying this isn't better than Just Friends? No one gets slapped around.
It's not better than Just Friends. Do you want to put it above Swiss Army Man?
I think it's above Swiss Army Man.
That's as far as it going.
All right. Number 45, saved from number 49 on the lore list. The Kid Who Would Be King. Now it's time to build the lore. The writer Zoom. Last week we came up with Power Source, the Cold War space colony epic about mining an asteroid for its power source. But this week, let's come up with an action adventure.
It's in the title, folks.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Let's come up with another action adventure movie, and obviously, we're going to need a car chase because that is one of the necessities of an action adventure film.
Well, it could be a horse chase, some sort of chase. Doesn't have to be
Okay,
car.
true.
Horse
We need a chase,
chase, a chase through buildings, like the Bourne Identity,
or Matrix. Yeah,
Matrix, flight chase. That's pretty cool, like Top Gun Maverick. Just stellar films. All right, so in contrast to the movie that we just watched, I think we make this new movie about octogenarians. They were in
was
their
it?
80s. I was just about to explain it. They're in their 80s, but they're ready for the adventure of a lifetime.
Dude, honestly, sometimes these movies make a lot of money. Like, what is that 80 for Brady about those 80-year-olds? Like, that made a lot of money.
All right.
Like, if you want to make a movie about some geriatrics, like, you could probably exploit them. They're used to working those long hours.
Mm-hmm. 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 What do we do here with the 80-year-olds? What haven't they done in their life that they want to do now?
Well, is it like a suicide mission like Space Cowboys where they're like, all right, we've lived our lives, so put us on this super dangerous thing. So if we don't all make it back, it's not a huge deal. Isn't that Space Cowboys? You know?
It wasn't. It's not Space Cowboys. It's just the fact that they were the only ones that knew how to use the equipment that needed to be done for it.
I thought that was Armageddon.
I think it's the same plot line.
I thought Space Cowboys was they're old.
They needed them for something, some specific thing, and they didn't want to train the newbies, so they got to be able to do it themselves.
Okay, so that's kind of like Battleship, right? When they had the old World War II vets manning the battleship when they took on those aliens.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here.
What are old people good at?
We're gonna
Not
explore.
using technology. Don't give my grandma a phone. She will text you some crazy shit, man. She's got a
We
picture
could
of
just
her.
do. We could just do
Selfie.
something simple. It doesn't have to be like dangerous. Could be.
I thought you wanted stakes. High
No,
stakes.
you're just like stakes don't matter. So let's get the stakes out. Nothing bad will ever happen. Don't worry. This movie's just a light, whimsical movie about some
Oh, so it's like
80-year-olds.
escapism because the
Basically.
world is already cruel enough. I like that. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
cool.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So obviously, what we need to do is that these four octogenarians are scheming of
What
ways to
is this
make.
oxygenarian?
That's just 80-year-olds. They're 80-year-olds. Is that okay?
Octogenarians?
Octogenarians.
I just
Octogenarians.
imagine they have oxygen tanks on, and now I'm like, we can't put them near an open flame.
Why do I gotta keep calling them 80-year-olds? Can't use the fucking
You call
actual
it
term for
silent
them?
generation, old people,
Now
lazy
you've
bones,
ruined my cool,
the
awesome,
president.
depressing joke that I was gonna do. And that's this movie is about them scheming about ways to make money to pay one of their Medicare bills.
So this light, whimsical, no stakes is about the tragedy that is Medicare.
Guess what, people? It's a heist movie.
I do like that. It's a heist movie.
Because you know what these four are good at? And that's breaking the house rules. Because they're going to a casino in South Florida. And they're going to break the house.
Are they gonna break the
One or
house
the
by
other.
playing, or are they gonna actually like rob the place?
Both.
Because I like robbing the place and they like fake a heart attack and steal someone's like they're playing up the frailness. Oh, if you're
Okay, I
caught
think that one's a
behind,
little
just be
bit
like,
too.
I'm a little lost.
I think that one's a little bit too close to Ocean's 11. So maybe they robbed something that's not a casino,
Okay,
but still a heist movie. And
but
still
also it has to be
something
something that deserves to be robbed.
a Bennigan's.
I feel like people need Bennigans. They need their bro to breakfast.
Mm.
Um, No, like what is something that has
The
screwed
government.
over old people specifically?
The government.
No, but like what is a company that will like screw over old people? Like, you know how you get those like sleazy salesmen who,
Excellus Blue Cross Blue Shield.
yeah. So maybe there's like some insurance salesman who scammed the
That's
entire.
why his Medicare bill is so high because it was
Well,
supposed to
I
be
didn't.
covered
Hold
by
on. Stop
insurance.
about this Medicare. Why are you going back? I thought you were like not doing Medicare, and now you're going back to the Medicare, and you're like,
No,
listen, and we're gonna have to bring up how they don't know how to fill out the forms online, and how the but boxes are too small.
I'm just
No,
saying.
hear me
Listen,
out. Hear me out. Hear me out.
let me do first, then we can do you because you're probably be like, no, Zach, you can't do that because that's what you do. You like to shoot down my ideas. That's what you do. Everybody
Your
knows I've been
ideas
getting
are
a lot.
out
I've
there.
been getting a lot of feedback, and that's what people say.
Then I just shoot down your ideas, come
Yeah.
up my own.
So I'm thinking there's these 4 80-year-olds. Okay. This guy's going into a hospital procedure. His insurance rep tells him that it's definitely covered. And then, 2 months later, he's getting a bill in the mail. Not covered. It's like $150,000. Calls up his rep. Rep's not there anymore. And he's on the phone with Excel. He's like, oh, what's going on with this? And they're just basically, we can't help you, sir. That wasn't documented anywhere. You got to pay that. So those four, they used to be conmen. They used to be thieves. And they're going into that office to erase the records. And maybe not just for them, but for everybody. We're talking
Okay, so
about
they're not
bank
stealing from the
robbers.
insurance guy, because I was like one insurance guy might have sold some false insurance to this senior living facility, losing everyone's pension, and now they're gonna like kind of Robin Hood his ass, steal all his money, and hand it out to the people.
Yeah, we could do that, but I kind of like sticking it to the government, the man. Like how back in the day they go into the bank and they tear up all the banknotes from the mortgages. People just were like, got off scot clean.
I like that. Maybe that's their thought process. They're like,
Maybe
we just
that's
gotta
who
do it like
they
the
did
old
that
days.
before to the banks, and now they're
Mm-hmm.
doing it to that.
Okay, so I don't think it should just all be men. I think we need to have some mixed gender in
Yeah,
there.
we gotta get some sex appeal in
We're
there.
doing it like a core four. Or we're doing like power five. What are we thinking? How many
We could
people?
do
What's
we
our
do like
crew
we
size?
could do like a core four that turns into a power five when the young person that's like kind of there, maybe somebody's nephew or something, but is also
It could
against
be a
Johnny Law.
grandkid. Could be a
Yeah,
grandkid.
against Johnny Law is just
Nephew
like
of an 80-year-old is gonna be in their 60s.
okay, a grandkid
They're
who
like,
still doesn't
don't
like the
worry, my
government.
nephew's coming. He's young, and then it's just a 60-year-old man coming. I
That's a
mean, if you
funny
want to,
joke. That's
that's
a
what I'm
funny
saying. If
joke.
you want to do that, we can do that. I'm just saying, the timeline,
But
Oh, we'll get my
I'm just
nephew. He's a
saying
young, strapping man, and then a 65-year-old man comes out.
they're going through this whole thing thinking that they just gotta go in there and destroy the records. And then this other person's like, yeah, you gotta also erase the hard drive. But oh shit, yeah, okay. So that's why they bring that person in.
Yeah, because they don't
He's the
understand
electronics
computers.
guy. They got the plan to actual infiltrate.
Yeah, and they're like doing. So where do they live? Do they live in like a
Florida, South
um?
Florida. Come on.
Yeah, I know, but it's like a condos or is it like
It's
assisted
like
living?
it's not assisted living, but it is still like senior living. So they live
But is
near
it
each other.
apartments or do they have their own houses?
Apartments, like condos on the beach, or maybe off the
Okay,
beach, but
but could be
not
like a
right
little
on it.
trailer park, kind of like where Aunt Pat's stay.
Yeah,
Have some golf carts in there. Have some loofah on the golf cart jokes for the villages.
we could have a golf cart chase.
Well, oh, that's great. Well, do you know the loofah on the golf cart thing? I think I've explained this before.
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's the villages down in Florida, the old person's
I've never
community.
been to one.
It's only one, but there's a ton of them there. There's like a ton of old people, and they put different color loofahs on their golf carts to explain what swinger things are into.
Cool. Thank you for telling me that.
Well,
I
we got to
needed
have
to
the
know
inside
that.
jokes for. I mean, if this is a movie for the
What does
boomers,
orange? What does
silent
orange mean?
generation,
Open for
I'm
anything?
not. I'm not into the culture, but I can Google it for you. I don't
Okay.
know if you'd like the results,
Google
but
what does an orange loofah on a golf cart mean for swingers in old folks? Devin is actually Googling this. Don't Google this. The FBI already knows what you're doing.
okay, I don't have orange, but white is novice. Purple likes voyeur and people who like to watch. Pink,
What is this?
soft
What
swap.
website did
People
you
who
just
like to
go
do it with
to?
other people in the room. Blue, lowest level of full swap.
Stop.
Yellow, mid-level swap for
Stop.
those who
I
want to have
don't want
fun
to
but are
know
still
this.
nervous. Black, full swap. Teal, bisexual. You said you wanted to know. You said you wanted to know. I told you you weren't going to like the results. Yeah, I just did those results. I cut them out of the show because they made Zach really uncomfortable.
You
But we're
better
gonna
not
have
cut
some
them out.
loofah
You better not cut
fellowships.
them. If I had to be uncomfortable, audience has to be uncomfortable.
We'll see. We'll see.
All right, so we got loofah jokes. Don't give me a thumbs
I
up.
didn't thumbs that up. You thumbs it up.
I'm not touching anything. How do I give myself
I'm
a
not
thumbs up?
touching anything either. I think you're thumbing it up.
Says no. See, nothing's happening. I didn't do it. You were doing it to me.
I didn't thumb up.
All right, whatever.
All right, back to business.
We
Let's
got
get
the
back on
core
top.
4 and then expanded to a power 5 with a young
With the young nephew who's in
strapping
his 60s.
65-year-old man who's always been anti-government.
And then I think they have to get an actual millennial to like do the computer stuff.
Oh yeah. Like the 65-year-old, like he grew up with computers, putting them together. Doesn't understand cloud storage. That's where they get the millennial.
Yeah, like he gives them one step closer, and they're
Yeah.
like, I know how to turn it on and open a program. And they're like, all right, now we have to find someone who knows how to manipulate a program.
they're just I'm like, how do you use a spreadsheet? And then it just comes up with an ad of like a young kid who's like, do you want to learn how to do Excel? It's like, we got to get this guy.
I was just gonna say they're typing it into Excel. Okay, so we got our group. Our I think our leader is the guy who went through the bypass surgery or whatever it was, and the initial got scammed. His buddy, who's up for sticking it to the government, one last hurrah. Who cares? Let's do what we want.
He's a veteran.
Yeah, couple ladies, and they're all single, so they're swinging.
And his buddy, his veteran buddy's been trying to get him to hit on Marlene.
Yeah, because he hasn't dated since his wife passed.
No, since
and that was
Beth
15
passed.
years ago.
Yeah.
And they're in their 80s. So
he's been
unfortunately,
alone a
she
long
died
time.
right before she turned 70, and he's been alone for a while.
Yes.
I don't know what's going on outside.
Okay. It just sounded like a bunch of dogs barking.
So let's call him Clint. It seems like an old name. Clint.
Roger.
Marlene. Marlene.
And
Rose. Celine.
Okay. Pick one. We'll go with
Violet.
Rose. All right, it's fine.
It's fine.
Then the nephew is Marlene's nephew, and he's Jerry.
Yeah.
No, nobody likes a Jerry.
Yeah.
And then the millennial, his name is Xander with an X.
Well, that's not. No, that wouldn't be millennial. That'd be like alpha.
Yeah,
I think.
No, this is a real young kid. We're going Gen Z.
You want to go Gen Z? They don't know about that.
Yeah, but at the end of the movie, I already see it. The credits are going to be rolling, and all these old folks are going to be doing TikTok dance.
Okay, we can get a Gen Z in there. But maybe they go Gen Z, and they're like, I don't know how to use operating systems. So then they got to go back to millennial.
That's fine. That's fine. The Gen Z is like, no, you just use everything with your face. This is all augmented reality. Like, no, that's okay. All right, we need somebody a little bit older. We went too far. We went too
far back. Too far back. We need the people who grew up with how to get someone who knows how to run a program on DOS.
Yeah. Okay. So we got the core 4 expanded to the power 5 and then expanded to 7 with a Gen Z and a millennial. And the Gen Z is there
Xander
filming
and Matt.
Yeah, Xander and Matt. Matt's the millennial, right?
Yeah.
Xander's the Gen Z. And Matt's like filming it all until they're like, "This is a crime. You can't film a crime."
Yeah.
It's like, wait, we're not going live on Instagram? It's like, no.
TikTok, bro. You're such a millennial.
You're right. You're right.
Jeez. Jeez, this
Then we got to have
guy.
an FBI agent who starts tracking them. And that FBI agent at the end has to basically let them off scot free because remember, there's no stakes. And we're going to pin it all the way back on the original insurance guy who disappeared for fraud. And he's just like, oh, yeah, we just pinned it all on him. You guys are fine.
And we clear all the old people's debts so they have even more. They have it all. They have it all.
They have all debts or no debts?
No debts, because
Okay.
might as well just give them everything. Education, houses. Now we're gonna give them no debt. Awesome.
Devin said
Good
it.
for them.
Devin said it. Devin
Good
said it.
for them. We're gonna have to wipe some millennials stuff down. And they're like, hey, should we do this with student loans? I paid for my schooling. It cost $90 for 3 semesters. Get out of here.
Well, the joke could be like, oh, yeah, no. You got some friends? We'll wipe their debt too. And he's like, I'm a millennial. We're all afraid to fucking go into healthcare debt because we already have student loans. None of us have procedures. Are you crazy?
How much could a semester cost? $75?
I used to make that working at the Piggly Wiggly during the summers. See, this was all Devin. All of those voices you heard people were Devin.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So what are we going to call it?
It's like old time, like hard time, but old time. But that'd be more of like old guys who were in prison trying to prison escape, which is the sequel to this movie.
Oh, yeah. I told you, man. Somebody's got to go to prison.
Someone's got to get down. Turns out they like did record it. um, Insurance, fraud, getting back, silent generation, silent thieves, Robin Hood, Florida heist.
Robin Hood. Florida heist isn't bad. Okay, so we got insurance scams, old time heist. Insurance heist?
Geriatric larceny.
No.
We're not dead yet. Not dead yet.
Good enough. Not dead yet.
So that's why they're like, we can still make an impact. We're not dead yet.
What about it? Buried in debt.
Like BURY or BURID.
BURID. Buried in debt.
Is it like a play that they're old?
Yes. And because of the debt.
Yeah, I get that. I got the debt part. You don't have to explain the debt part. All right. I mean, for the sake of having these audience members who claim that I shoot down all your ideas, I will take your movie title with Burying Thy Debt.
So you just changed it. You just
Buried
changed
it.
Buried
Debt. All right.
Burying the debt. That's what we're
burying
going with.
The debt or
burying the debt. So Devin at least can say that he had a little bit of part of it.
The Architects of Lore original idea, burying the debt. We're a core 4 of geriatric thieves.
Octogenarians.
Take down the insurance company who screwed them over with the help of a young, strapping nephew who's a boomer and a Gen Zer and a millennial. These 4 elderly, Clint, Roger,
Marlene and Violet,
team up with Jerry and Xander and Matt to take down
to evade the FBI agent John and wipe their debt. And eventually they just put it on the insurance salesman to begin with because no stakes.
And that's Burying the Debt. Architects Lore original idea. If you like that idea, let us know. You can email us, which some people have emailed us at architectsallure@gmail.com.
We can
And
read
that
those next time.
email was
Yeah, we can read it next time.
just
There it is.
being number one is earned. PGA Tour players Jordan Spieth, Max Homa, Justin Thomas, and Will Zalatoris on YouTube. It is another Titleist commercial from Nate with
I like the
only
fact that
saying
William
150
only
days.
William says just stream of consciousness ideas on the show and the movie idea. And Nate is exclusively just sending you how many days till the Pop member guest and hype videos for golf. I love it. I love it.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Nate. I am hyped. I will stay hyped. We had another feedback, and it was about the Amber Room and how
Sweet
it would be
poster.
un-American to give it back to the people. So that was where we lost the listener. That the American was be willing to give it to the people who deserve it.
Hey, certain Americans like to give stuff away. Not all. Our country was founded for the people by the people. Has that changed a little bit with certain wealth statuses? Maybe.
All right, so what movie are we watching next week to close out our action and adventure study?
Well, I'm going to drop the action and I'm going to go full adventure. And I thought long and hard. How do I punish Devin?
I don't like where
about
this
it
is
for a
going.
long time. And Devin was on the phone yesterday, and I told him this. And then he started getting in his own head, feeding me ideas. And then
Yeah,
I'm like, no,
unfortunately, I feel
you're
like
just changing it now. You weren't even gonna do that. Like Never Ending Story or Land
yeah.
Before Time. And I'll be honest, I did think of those. I didn't think Devin would hate those, to be honest, because whatever, they're fine movies. But I know in my heart that there's two things Devin hates. That's extremely long movies and old movies. So I'm going to force Devin to watch one of the greatest movies of all time, the epic adventure movie, Lawrence of Arabia.
All right, I'm down. That sounds fun. I'm in.
He's
Thought it
in
was gonna
now,
be something
folks.
lame.
Wait till I get the text message going like I'm 3 hours into this movie and I have 4 more hours to go.
It's not 7 hours, is it?
No, it's I think like 3.5. It's like 220 minutes or something like that.
Where can you watch this 1962 classic?
Well, you can either purchase it on Amazon Prime or it's on Tubi for free. Everybody loves Tubi. There you have it, folks. I'm gonna add some culture to this podcast and force you guys all to watch it. One of the greatest movies of all time.
Before we go, we need a little favor from you, audience. We had our feel good comedy, we had our feel good action and adventure, but next study is our feel good what? Feel good blank. We need you to fill in that blank. Let us know what feel good genre we will study next time.
Could be romance movies, could be sports movies,
Coming of age
movies.
Those are all examples. But let us know by emailing us at architectslore@gmail.com. You can find us on Instagram, Architects of Lore, X at Arc of Lore, and Architects of Lore everywhere else.
On TikTok. TikTok's our big one.
TikTok, YouTube.
TikTok, YouTube. And
thanks for watching.
This one, just everybody, just so you know, this will be in the aggregate. So don't worry about getting there first. Just send in your feedback. Whenever you listen to this episode, send it in. And we'll pool it all together. And whatever the winning idea is for feel good movies, that's the one we'll go with.
Yeah, but we got to figure it out by next week so that we can figure out what movie to study for next week.
I mean, there's a limited time period, but I'm just not saying.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, don't take too much time. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, catch up.
It's a little time sensitive. Little time sensitive.
We'll make this a TikTok and we'll put it out there because I know all of you follow us on TikTok.
Keyword wool. All right. Make sure you like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. If you haven't put those notifications on, Give us 5 stars everywhere you can. It's free and it really
Punch
does
that
help.
bell.
Thank you. That's all I got for ads.
Really don't know how to end the ad portion of it. And cool.
Sweet.
Just remember, everybody, you got a story in your head, and it's about an Arthurian legend and the morality of children. Just go ahead and fucking do it.
Do it.
Because if it sucks, who cares? They'll keep it the same way, and I'll have to watch it. Thanks for listening, everybody. Good night.
Bye.
All right, last week's movie game question, which was it a TikTok or was that the one before?
What a great social media assistant.
I'm the assistant, not the manager.
It hasn't come out yet
Okay. Last week's movie game question.
because we gave more time to record, which might be a reason why we should maybe record on Wednesdays to give people time to respond to these things. It's a thought process. We need to have a back end meeting, but that's for another day. So let's just go back in this segment. Why not bring up the fact that we haven't posted a TikTok yet, and let's move on. All right.
All right, Devin, we're gonna go again here in 3, 2.
She did 315 shit more.
I did. I was gonna comment on it, but you didn't let me.
I don't think I put it in frame enough.